Hey, welcome back to the Shane and I Show. My name is Shane.
My name's Max. Light switches on walls, turn on lights.
I don't know why every time you say something like that, it just cracks me up.
Yeah, well, it's true.
It is a true fact that light switches on walls turn on the lights.
Usually.
Yeah. This is the podcast about nothing.
That makes you think of something.
And we are sponsored by Mind Grinder Coffee.
Yep. Go to mindgrindercoffee.com. Get you some.
If you use code FREESHIPPING24 at checkout, you buy 2 bags of coffee, you get free shipping.
Hell yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about the coffee this week.
Fucking,
I think this time.
whatever. Do it, be it, love it.
You know what I realized?
What?
This episode that we're recording right here, right now.
Yeah.
This is going to be either the episode where you're still on vacation or when you're coming back from vacation.
Yeah.
So you could give yourself a future message right now.
Actually, and I don't know if you've realized this, but every single time we record one of these things, it happens previous in time to when we, publish it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So I could do that every time.
I know.
All right.
But you're going to be out of town.
I'm going to be out of town.
So do you have a message for yourself while you're out of town, enjoying your time in your trailer?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give myself a little heads up. Max, it's 2024. That means it's the year of the Gabriel Bell riots. So just keep that in mind.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is that the only message you tell yourself?
I don't know. I was just in the mood for a Star Trek deep cut. So there you go.
Maybe enjoy your vacation.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Enjoy your vacation, Maxwell.
And,
yeah.
Listen to some Shane and I.
Listen to some Shane and I. Well, I'm already listening to Shane and I if I'm listening to this.
Yes. And you could be like, wow, I forgot I gave myself a message.
Yeah. Maxwell, stop and smell the roses.
Yes. And pull over if you need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Don't just pee in your seat.
Yeah, that'd be horrible.
That would.
So we were talking about pet peeves on the last episode.
We were.
And I forgot one.
Okay.
And I want to kind of talk about it because there's some people voted on it.
Yeah.
And it was the biggest one that got the most votes on it on the Instagram.
All right.
By a whole lot of people.
Okay.
6.
Oh, goddamn.
We got a big reach on Instagram.
That's a big reach. Yeah.
It was being late, man. A lot of people really get annoyed with people that are late.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to.
Yeah.
It used to really irritate me.
Well,
when people would say, and here's the thing that gets me.
Yeah.
Is when people say something like, I'm going to be there at 1:00. And then they show up at like 1:30.
Yeah.
And they don't call, they don't text or anything like that.
Yeah. And you're just there holding your dick for half an hour.
Holding your dick.
Just outside the Starbucks waiting.
Holding your dick.
Yeah.
I just got this image of this dude standing out at Starbucks just with coffee in one hand and
his dick in the other. Yeah.
Nothing strange here.
No.
Like the person I'm supposed to meet's just late. So, I'm holding my dick.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it used to really bother me. Really bother me.
Yeah. But I helped you build a tolerance to it.
You did, and so did Ron.
Yeah.
But see, what I really got the tolerance for it was when people would say ish.
Yeah.
Like Ron is a good example. We bring up Ron a lot, and someday I really want to have him on the show.
Yeah.
Because I think he'd be wonderful on a podcast.
Absolutely.
He just discovered Spotify.
He just discovered Spotify.
Yeah.
Well, he's like 15 years behind the curve.
He is.
Yeah. All right.
But one day he's going to be on the show.
All right, cool.
Anyway, he would notoriously be late. Like every time I would go to meet him somewhere, anytime, and I lived with him for a while, and he'd be like, "Yeah, I'll be home. I'll be home at like 1:00," and he would come home at like 5:30.
Yeah, he's a famously not timely person.
Right.
Yeah.
I used to really get annoyed. And then he started telling me, like, he started doing the ish. He's like, I'll be there around 3-ish.
Yeah.
And so I finally asked him.
Yeah. I'm
like, what's the deal with the ish, man? What's the deal with the ish? And he's like, the ish gives you a window.
Yeah.
Right? It gives you like a 20, 25-minute window. And I'm like, I don't think that really applies to you that you're 3 hours late.
Oh, yeah. No, ish doesn't cover being that late.
Right.
But ish does give a little wiggle room.
Yeah.
I think. I'm a big user of the ish.
Yeah, I am too now.
And if I'm really uncertain about my arrival time, I'll just let people know there's a big ish, right?
It's a big ish.
It's extra ish.
Yeah.
So, if you're on a time crunch or something, maybe another day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell people that.
Yeah. I mean, and for me, like once people started using that with me, like it made the whole being late thing like not that big of a deal.
Yes.
Right. If I had other places to be, like I could text them real quick and be like, hey, look, man, I got to be somewhere else. We're going to have to reschedule this because you're like 35 minutes late right now.
Yeah.
But where it still gets me, and here's how I know a relationship is doomed from the start.
How do you know?
This is how I know. Is if I make a date with somebody and I say, okay, let's meet at like 3:00 or let's use 3:00. I mean, middle afternoon.
It really doesn't matter what hypothetical time you choose here.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Let's meet at X amount of time. And she's like, okay. And she doesn't say anything. Right.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there. Guess what I'm doing?
Holding your dick.
Holding my dick.
You're just sitting there holding your dick.
Just sitting there holding my dick. And there's no text, no nothing. Like at least if you tell me on the first date, like, hey, I'm going to be there. I'll probably be there like 20 minutes ish.
Yeah.
30 minutes ish. But if you like don't say nothing and you show up to a date 45 minutes late, guess what?
That's fucked up.
I know the relationship is doomed.
Yeah. They have already proved that they don't actually give a shit about you and have no intention of giving a shit about you.
Yeah. And it's doomed.
Yeah.
It's doomed from the start. And it's going to lead to like a horrible first date.
Yeah.
Because you're already pissed. At least for me, I'd already be a little resentful, a little angry because I'd been sitting there for 45 minutes or whatever. And they haven't come. And they haven't arrived yet. They haven't arrived yet.
Yeah.
And, you're sitting there holding my dick. And just holding your dick in public kind of looks weird.
Yeah, it does.
So I don't want to be sitting there for 45 minutes holding my dick.
Yeah, I mean, if you were literally holding your dick, somebody would probably call the cops.
They would probably call the cops.
Yeah.
Because that just isn't cool.
But if you're figuratively holding your dick, I mean,
I think we're talking figuratively.
Yeah, we are.
I don't see, I've never been in public where I've been holding my dick.
I just wanted to clarify that so that you don't start.
Right.
You end up on the bad man list doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you do. You end up on that bad man list.
Yeah.
You don't want to be on that list.
No.
So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because some people really have a thing about people being late.
Yeah.
One person said it's the most annoying thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I can think of way more annoying things in the world than being late.
Oh, for sure.
Like Swifties are annoying.
What? Oh, like Taylor Swift fans?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can ignore them.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. Sometimes it just bothers me sometimes, man.
All right.
Like her lyrics are not that fucking deep, people.
No,
they're not that deep.
No, they're not that deep. I think that's one of the things that the Swifties like about them. They're just deep enough that it had to engage their brains a bit, but not so deep that they...
What's she really talking about when she talks about flowers?
Yeah.
She's talking about goddamn flowers, man.
Yeah. So fuck it. Okay.
And you know what else, since we're on a music kick?
All right.
This has recently happened to me, which is weird.
Sure.
I used to be really annoyed by Tool. Not Tool in general, the band Tool.
The fans.
The fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. But since I haven't been around people that have been telling me what a great band Tool is, I've recently discovered I actually really... And I've always said this. I've always said I like the band.
Yeah, they're a great band.
They're a great band. And I've recently done a Tool deep dive while I've been working out.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
There's some heavy shit.
They're really they got great music, and there's one album that they made. It was like a project in between things,
right?
Called Salival.
I think that's the one I was listening to.
You have to tell me where you found it because I can't find it anywhere, and it's fucking great.
I was listening to this mix on Spotify,
all right,
like because I didn't know where to start. Because I'm like, I've only heard like the first the first record, and I kind of stopped listening to them after that.
Well, their first record wasn't that great.
I know. But, and the singles, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The singles they put out or whatever. But I did this whole This Is Tool thing on Spotify while I was working out this morning. And I was like, this isn't bad.
Yeah.
This is actually pretty damn good.
Tool's fucking great, man.
Like, if the fans weren't so annoying, I would have probably been into them a little earlier.
Yeah, well, that's what you get for judging a book by its fans.
Maybe the same thing will happen with Taylor Swift. Maybe like 4 or 5 years down the road, I'll be in the grocery store and she'll come on because that's usually where she comes on, is in the grocery store.
Oh, dude, all over the fucking
CVS
place. All over
or
the fucking place.
Wherever you are, and it won't bother me so much.
You have listened to, I promise you have listened to more Taylor Swift than you realize, and I promise you have listened to it and been like, yeah, this is kind of a banger, and simply not known it was Taylor Swift.
I don't know. I think I would know.
How would you know? No, Shane, bear with me here. As a person who consciously refuses to listen to Taylor Swift, how would you possibly know if you heard some in the background?
That's true. Because you know what? I've always gotten her music confused with Carrie Underwood, and I've recently been able to distinguish Carrie Underwood because she does a lot of like really good hard rock covers.
Okay.
She's more country.
Yeah.
But she does a lot of like really solid hard rock covers. She did this cover of Mama, I'm Coming Home by Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Like a little country stylish to it.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so good.
Good.
So fucking good.
All right.
Right?
All right.
So that's how I distinguish now, because I used to not be able to distinguish Carrie Underwood from Taylor Swift.
Yes. But Shane, knowing that something is not Carrie Underwood is not the same as knowing what it is.
I'm not a pop guy, right?
Yeah, you don't have to be a pop guy. I'm not a pop guy either. But
not a pop, as far as my pop goes, that I recently got that I got to admit that I've been into.
Spice Girls, huh?
No. Dude, Harry Styles is the man.
Watermelon Sugar, baby.
Yeah. Like that, the whole last album he did was really fucking good.
All right.
Like really, it was really like poppy and it was really good. There was some hooks in there.
Yeah.
He's got a really good voice.
Yeah.
And yeah, so there you go. I kind of like Harry Styles.
All right.
As a performer, I think he's great too.
All right. I bet if you heard Harry Styles come on the radio, a new song that you're not familiar with, you'd be able to be like, yeah, I think that's Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Yeah. How could you possibly know if you heard a Taylor Swift song come on the radio?
You're right. I wouldn't be able to know.
No. And that is why, and because Taylor Swift puts out bangers, man, it's just what it is. We don't, this is not a fact that we love, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I guarantee you've been walking around Ross or something like that, and Taylor Swift came on, and you were fucking bobbing your head and enjoying the music, just not knowing it was Taylor Swift.
Maybe I thought it was somebody else.
You probably didn't stop to think, I wonder who this is.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Because most of the time pop songs come on, you're like, yeah, there's nothing unique there.
Yeah.
There's nothing like really different. It sounds like every other pop song.
And Taylor Swift has kind of like a range in her. Look, yes, I'm talking about Taylor Swift now, but she has a bit of a range in her music that can make it hard to tell, like, oh, hey, this is a Taylor Swift song. At least for me, they're hard to identify.
Right.
And the reason I'm so insistent that it's happened to you is because it's happened to me so many times.
Right. I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you. I think it probably has happened more than once.
Yeah.
It's probably coming after Justin Timberlake. That is an odd song. The other day I was at some store, and Justin Timberlake's song "Cry Me a River" came on, and I'm like, that is an odd song to play at this particular place, knowing what that song is about.
Yeah,
it's kind of a dark song for JT.
Yeah. Listen, man. Nobody, like, the stores when they're playing their playlist.
Yeah,
they don't care what the song's about. They just care that it was popular more than 10 years ago.
That's what happens.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. Justin Timberlake was popular more than 10 years. You know, there will come a day when you're walking around some family store or whatever and Poker Face comes on. Right.
Yeah.
And it's not about what the song's about. It's about, this is a banger that was popular more than 10 years ago.
Yeah. Lady Gaga.
Lady fucking Gaga.
Yeah. She's actually pretty good too.
She is.
But yeah, that was a whole tangent. Because I really didn't have anything to talk about on this episode besides that last pet peeve. So,
all right,
music's always a fun thing to talk about.
Yeah.
You're going to be gone on vacation.
I am.
How long are you going to be gone?
Like 4 weeks.
It's a long vacation.
Yeah,
it's nice.
It is.
It's like enough time to get to get into the place you're at. You're going to Arizona, huh?
Yeah, it's enough time to get fully into the place, completely absorb it, and be done with it by the time I leave.
And not have to go back for like a year.
And not have to go back for a year.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I think that would be too long for me.
Yeah. Also, there's enough going on in Arizona that, you know, if you're willing to drive a little bit, there's no end to fucking shit that there is to do.
Yeah, and you're going at a time where it's not fucking boiling hot there either.
Right. Yeah. Arizona in February is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, vacations for me, I've never done anything longer than I think a week. And I think that's enough time for me. I'm not a guy that can do like a 3-week, 4-week stint on vacation. I'd go a little nuts, I think.
But yeah, the key is staying busy, man.
Yeah.
And the other key to a long vacation is fucking taking your time.
Yeah.
But,
I mean,
and then
see, that's the thing. You guys are driving, right?
I am.
Right.
The wife is flying out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She just, I don't want to be stuck in a car with you for 3 weeks.
Yeah, and she can't take that much time off from her job.
Right.
And so I was like, you know what? I'll have everything set up in Tucson, ready and waiting for you. So you don't have
what a guy you are.
Yeah. So she doesn't have to spend, 2 days in the car going there, 2 days in the car going back.
Right.
Of her special vacation time.
Right.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, man, where I was thinking of, because I was thinking about it, my last vacation where I went out back east,
mm-hmm.
and I felt like 4 days was long enough.
All right.
Right. I think if I fly again back there, because I know I'm going to have to, because that's where my family is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fly at night. I'm too damn old to fly at night.
If you don't have coffee before you fly, you could probably, if you get a comfy seat.
Yeah, but it's those like three seats in a row and they're cramped. I mean, JetBlue was nice, but it's at the same time, it's like, I don't think I want to do that again.
Okay.
I think I want to fly either like, but that's the hard thing about flying, right? It's like if you want to fly midday,
mm-hmm.
which would be perfect for everybody in the world, I think.
Yeah, that's why it's so fucking busy.
That it's harder to book airline tickets at that time.
Yes.
That's why when you see all the cheap flights, they're usually early in the fucking morning.
Yeah. Or
late at night.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would mind flying early in the morning. I don't think early in the morning would be that big of a deal to me.
Here's the bummer with flying early in the morning. You get to your destination like middle of the day or whatever,
mm-hmm.
which is great because you have half a day to,
yeah.
what. But the thing is, you're probably like tired and grumpy from flying. You still got to drop your bag off wherever you're staying.
Yeah, but you could use that first day to like, I think if I would have had that first day to kind of chill out and recharge for at least like 3 or 4 hours after I got off the airplane, I would have been in a much better mood than arriving there first thing in the morning and having to like do all this family stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
I'd have been in a much better mood.
Yeah.
But it's a lesson learned. It's like, okay, I can't handle flying at night anymore.
Right.
But if you can't handle flying at night, more power to you.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some great deals if you go and look for flights at night.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's that time of year, we're talking about it now. What is your favorite place to go on vacation?
My favorite place to go on vacation?
Might as well. We're doing a mid-January episode. We're going to call this, maybe I'll call this the vacation episode.
Okay. You can call it whatever you want.
Yeah.
Every episode you say into the mic what you're going to call it, and every episode we call it something different.
I always forget, but the last episode I did call it Dirtbags, a Corporation.
Yeah, that's not what you said on mic.
What did I say on mic?
I don't remember, but that's not what you said on mic. Every single
You know what
podcast.
it is? You know what it is?
What is it?
Is it just comes out and then I completely forget and I'm like, oh shit, I need an episode title, and I don't listen back after I edit the episode.
Yeah.
I don't listen back to them.
I get it.
I listen to the first 10 minutes.
Also, Shane, I think probably, and I think probably our listeners agree, but when you're choosing the title of your episode, it shouldn't be something that literally just came to mind and you impulsively said out loud somewhere in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it is. Sometimes it can be.
Yeah, but sometimes you listen to the thing back and you're like, no, I got a better title. Sometimes I'll have to search around because we have so many episodes at this point that it's just like I got to come up with something rather than something a little catchy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So sometimes I'll use good old Chat GPT and say, give me a fucking podcast episode.
There you
title.
go. Hey, how about this? Feces, a national treasure. Here's the thing. After feces, there's going to be a colon, right? So feces, colon, a national treasure.
I might not call it that.
No,
because we don't get it. I don't know. The 3 urinal problem got a lot of traction I think based on the title of it.
Yeah, that was something that just maybe came out of my mouth.
It just happens, man. I say something into the microphone and I'm like, okay. And then I listen back to the episode and I'm like, no, there's more here than just that.
Yeah. You know what happened there is I before we recorded that episode, I had like just read The 3 Body Problem the month before. So that's probably what happened there.
But yeah, top spot for vacation.
Top spot for vacay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my. That was the, yeah. All right. Look, I don't have a number one favorite place to go. Most places I've gone, I've enjoyed myself. I would love to go back. I would love to do something new, whatever, but I really enjoy going to Tucson, Arizona every year.
I would guess because you go every year.
Yeah.
So
it's nice. It's chill. It's not some crazy exotic place, but it's a nice town. When I go, they have the fucking gem and mineral show.
That's what you usually go for, right?
Yeah. So there's
Did they know you there by now?
No, because tens or hundreds of thousands of people attend it.
Yeah, but you got to be in good with some guy there that's like, oh, Max, you're back.
No
rock dealer. Rock dealer.
No, there are no rock dealers that see me coming and it's like, hey, it's Max. No,
we haven't seen him in a year. Yeah. What about the fucking guys that you had a problem with?
The guys I had a problem with?
Yeah, there's some guy. They didn't allow him back or something like that. He wasn't there when he was there for a couple of years and then he wasn't there.
Oh, I didn't have a problem with him. I really liked him, actually, the stinky Russian.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he was stinky. He was Russian. He always had really cool stuff.
Did you know who you were?
No. And he was but every year it wasn't a trip to Tucson until I saw the stinky Russian.
Right.
and he was this gruff old dude. And he would always act like he just didn't want you around, even though he's trying to sell you tons of shit.
That's the best way to sell shit.
Yeah, and he'd act like he didn't want you in the room, but then when you were on your way out, he'd be like, wait. What if I throw in this?
Nice.
Yeah.
Does he still go or is he not going anymore?
I don't think I've seen him in the last couple of years. And I think that might have something to do with him being Russian. But I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, see, my favorite spots, like, I was thinking about this while you were talking. I'm not like a beach guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go someplace where it's too hot. I don't want to go to the fucking mountains.
Yeah.
Right? Where I like going.
Tell me.
I like going to different cities that I haven't been to. Like, that's what I like going back to. Like, that's why I like going back to, like, DC. I liked being in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I think, like, those are the kind of vacations I like going on. I like going on. I'm just now discovering vacations because I haven't had a situation where I could take like 3 days off of work, 4 days off of work,
right,
and be okay and not worry about having to come back and not have a job,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, it's just I'm just now starting to figure out what I like and what I don't like. I know I don't like those beach resort things.
No, I don't either. I did that once or even twice when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And they're boring, man.
Yeah. I do dig going to a different city.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd really like to go to Chicago, I think Chicago would be cool.
Chicago's
or like going to
great town.
Or going to like Boston for a few days, something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just get out and get to a different city.
Yeah. I recently did a double dip, Brooklyn and Manhattan.
See, that would be cool to me.
Yeah. And technically they're the same city.
Yeah.
But it's such a big city that they're two different things.
Yeah.
So it was really cool.
Yeah. See, that kind of excites me. Like being in a different city, like checking out the culture.
Yeah. Fucking years ago, like 18 years ago, I went to Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
Tokyo. Dope. Crazy. Wild, man.
Yeah.
Tokyo's fucking wild.
Yeah. You could buy panties in a vending machine then.
You can buy panties in a vending machine. You can buy cigarettes in a vending machine. You can buy booze in a vending machine. You can buy anything you want in a vending
You
machine.
can buy seafood in a vending machine there.
Dude, they have like skyscrapers that are little self-contained cities unto themselves, right?
Yeah.
They got apartments, they got shopping, they got grocery stores, they got office space, and then you go down and in the basement they have a fucking subway stop.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Japan's I think Tokyo would be a cool place to visit.
Tokyo's hella cool.
It's pretty cheap too.
Tokyo?
Yeah.
It's one of the most expensive cities in the world.
See, I've heard people say it's relatively cheap these days.
Okay. I mean,
These days.
Maybe.
Like in the year 2024.
Okay.
In the year of our Lord.
Yeah.
2024.
When I went, it was crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. And what else we got? What else you want to talk about?
I don't know.
You got any rants you want to go on?
Nah, I really got very ranty last episode.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, these fucking like...
we don't want to get you started again.
You don't want to get me started again. They're dirty, filthy thieves, right? Like at least most criminals provide some sort of good or service to the community. It just happens to be an illegal good or service.
Yeah.
These people just exist to fucking. Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to go there. We already went though on the last episode. Take a breath, man.
Leeches sucking the blood of the innocent.
Yes.
All right, I'm done.
Yes. You know what I've decided recently, as of 2 days ago?
What?
I decided I'm going to finish getting my arm tattooed up.
Mm-hmm.
My left arm.
Okay.
With my old tattoos on them.
All right.
And here's what I decided to do.
What are you going to do?
And I've been thinking about it for a long time. Like, how do I want to incorporate this? How do I want to do that? And then I just decided a couple of days ago, I'm like, you know what would be really cool? Is if I just had random flash tattoos, just this arm looked like a fucking mess. Right?
Yeah.
That would be really cool to me. And they're my tattoos and I could pretty much do whatever I want with them.
Yeah.
And that would be really dope to me. Like, just like I didn't have to tell people a story about how it's this, and this. And
yeah.
I get tired of telling stories about my tattoos.
You don't have to tell any stories. Yeah. You can just tell them it's ink in the skin.
I want to walk into a shop, look at their flash, and be like, I want that.
Yeah.
Just fill out my arm.
Okay.
All fucking different patterns, all fucking, willy-nilly here, willy-nilly one over here, maybe a little fucking SpongeBob over here. I don't know. I just want random shit on my arm.
Yeah. I got a new random piece of flash on my arm.
Yeah.
Last month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's only taken me 20 something years to figure it out.
All right.
But hey,
fuck it.
I've had a niche lately that I want to get more tattoos.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think it's because I got this other one on my right forearm.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since then, I've been like, I really want more tattoos.
Yeah.
And people are like, I don't think you have any room for tattoos. I'm like, I got plenty of room.
You do.
I got my whole fucking leg. I got my whole right leg. I got my whole fucking, can't do anything on my back because my whole back's done.
Yeah, your back's done, but I mean your whole neck and face.
No neck, no face.
Okay.
That's no chest.
All right. No chest?
No chest.
All right.
I think chest tattoos are cool.
Yeah.
For people that can pull them off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a chest tattoo guy.
Right. What about just the nips?
No, not the nips.
What if you just blacked out the nips?
That's the other thing I was thinking. I almost, before I made this decision that I just want to get random shit on my arm.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Blacking out my arm would be a cool option too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because the two on my arm right now, I got them so long ago. Like, it's just like they're fading.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like maybe blacking them out would be a good idea. But then I was like, I sat with that for a little while and I really liked the idea of just getting random shit just to fill out my arms.
Yeah. Also, nowadays getting tattoos erased, like laser erased.
Yeah.
Isn't that much more expensive than getting the tattoo itself?
Yeah. But it hurts way more.
Does it?
Yeah,
I've never had it done.
I've heard it hurts way more. I know people that have gotten tattoos from their hands removed.
Mm-hmm.
And they said it was worse than getting the actual tattoo.
All right.
And it took longer to get it removed.
It takes like multiple sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never thought about getting any of them removed. And it's always surprises people when they finally realize that I have tattoos. They're like, I didn't think you had any tattoos. And I'm like, dude, I've had tattoos probably since before you were born.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably. But yeah, man. Again, this is the podcast about nothing. So we're just randomly talking smack.
Yep.
So if you've listened this far,
Thanks.
hey,
Yeah.
it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood.
Great. Yeah. What's your tattoo idea, listener?
Yeah. Do you got tattoos?
Do you got tattoos? What
do
do
you
you
have
want to get?
tattoos hidden? I like people that have tattoos hidden that you were like, I don't think that guy has any tattoos, or that girl.
Mhm.
And they like take off their shirt, and next thing you know, they get the whole fucking the whole fucking chest tattooed.
Mhm.
And they're like, oh no, that was it.
That was it.
All I need, I got the chest done, and I was like, that's how I was after my back, dude. I got my back done, and I'm like, I'm fucking done.
You know, I used to have tattoos only where I could hide them.
Right.
And now I'm kind of at a place in my life where that doesn't matter. And also society's in a place where that doesn't
it's different
matter.
now, man. Because I remember, like, I got my forearm done, my left one done, probably like 15 years ago.
Mhm.
And it was still like, oh my God. Even back then, people were like, 2003, 2004 or whatever.
Well,
people were still like, oh my God, that's going to just ruin your life.
Yeah, well, there were a lot of places that just wouldn't hire you if you had a visible tattoo.
Yeah.
Now I got one on my hand, and nobody even, glances twice.
And you're a mailman.
And I'm a mailman.
And they hired you.
And they hired me.
With the hand tattoo.
With the hand tattoo.
Goddamn. Progress.
If it turns out that's an issue, I'll just tell them it's a stamp.
It's just a stamp, man.
It's just a stamp.
I like being a mailman so much that I got the stamp tattooed on me.
Yeah. No. Because if there's a thing against tattoos, but I'll just tell them it's just a stamp, and they'll be like, well, how come it's been on your
the whole time you worked here?
For the last year? I'll be like, well, I get it re-stamped every day.
I just do it myself in the morning.
Yeah.
I want to be cool.
Yeah.
I just have a stamp with this design on it,
mm-hmm.
and I just stamp myself every morning.
Yeah.
Part of my process, man.
I don't think the post office has a hard enough time hiring up nowadays. If they had a no tattoo policy, that would just be.
I remember I remember back when I had this forearm tattoo.
Mm-hmm. When
I first got it, I applied for a job at Starbucks.
Yeah,
and I was pretty sure I had the job because
mm-hmm.
I looked real nice.
Yeah,
and I had my arms covered.
Yeah,
and it was just one forearm tattoo, right?
Yeah.
And I went in there with the second interview because they called me back for a second interview and do the W-2 forms and all
mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
I was like, sweet, I got the job, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe I could go to Starbucks college now.
Great.
And I'll learn how to make some fancy Starbucks drinks.
Yeah.
And I showed up wearing a collared shirt, but I had my tattoo showing. And the lady was like, yeah, we can't hire you now. And I'm like, why? And she's like, did you just get that tattoo? And I was like, no, I've had it for a while.
Yeah.
She's like, we can't hire people with we don't hire people with tattoos. And I'm like, that's discrimination.
Dude, I worked at Starbucks when they had that policy.
Yeah.
And then some people would have small tattoos, but they would have to wear like a bandage over it or something.
Yeah. This one I couldn't wear a bandage over and cover it up.
Yeah.
It's pretty big.
It's your whole fucking forearm.
Yeah. And I was just surprised. And so like about a week ago, I was at a Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that was serving me coffee, full on sleeve.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, wow, times have changed.
Yeah.
Times have changed.
They have.
Like the other place to get a job back then, too, where they wouldn't care about your tattoos is
mm-hmm.
Pete's.
No, Pete's cared, too. I worked at Pete's also, and they would make you cover it up.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't remember them doing that.
Yeah, but at least they had a much looser dress code.
I don't know why I wanted to work at Starbucks so bad either. That one still gets me. I'm really glad I never got that job.
It's not a great job.
Yeah.
Starbucks is the McDonald's of the coffee industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. We're like 35 minutes in. What do you think?
That's good.
Are we good?
Yeah, let's call it.
You're going to be on vacation. This one's going to come out probably.
See, this is another example of where you're about to make a statement.
I'm not going to make a statement.
Just offhand without thinking it through first. And then
Dude, part of the podcast about nothing
that makes you think of something is that
the fact we don't have a script.
We don't have a script, and
I can say whatever the hell I want. And if I don't follow through, it makes it fun.
Okay.
It makes it funny. There's a build-up, and then the joke is I didn't do what I said I was going to do.
We'll be releasing this on February the 29th.
There you go. But hey, while you're gone, I think I might try and see if I can guest on some other people's podcasts.
Cool.
I'm going to put that out there in the world.
Yeah.
You need a guest host. You need a co-host. You need somebody to, talk some random stuff about wrestling.
Yeah.
Heavy metal.
Yeah.
And tattoos.
Yeah.
I'm your guy.
Yeah. If you need somebody to talk about Star Trek.
I can talk about Star Trek too.
Yeah.
I can tell you how shitty Star Wars is.
Oh, Star Wars is great before they overdid it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Before
Yeah.
they overdid Star Wars, it used to be really cool.
Yeah.
Now it's not.
No, it's not.
But that new Echo show on Hulu, on Disney Plus, but it's on Hulu. It looks pretty good.
Okay. I haven't
But that's
seen
a
it.
Marvel one.
Oh, it's a Marvel one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not Star Wars.
Yeah, it's not, but Marvel's going to handle it too.
Yeah, Marvel's. Yeah.
Anyway, that is it. Hopefully people listened all the way through. We thank you as always. And until next time, people.
Don't shit yourself.
No, don't be a dick.
Oh, right. We don't. Also, just a warning, a PSA. Come September, if you're in San Francisco, avoid District A.
Dude, that's like 6 months away, 8 months away.
Yeah, but I'm going to forget to tell people.
Why? Why are we going to avoid that?
Well, that's where the Gabriel Bell riots are going to take place.
Okay.
And they're going to get bloody.
Is this a Star Trek thing?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. That's the episode.
Yeah. All right, bye.
Bye.